That's going to do it for all.
Let's give them something to talk about. How about love, love, scuba dive, candy digging. I don't know.
Jeff, are you ready to hoop it up?
I'm always
ready to
hoop
season, man. It's summer, but we got tons of basketball to get to.
Man, yesterday it seemed like basketball was all over the place, and it's here still.
We got the draft next week.
Big.
Summer league hoops. There's all kinds of stuff going on at the high school level as well. We're going to talk basketball. We're going to break down the Major League Baseball draft. Might even touch on the All-Star game. Shout out to the IEBCA for the shirts. They hooked it up.
Awesome game.
So, and then also a dear friend of the show, Rams legend Greg Bell. He's going to check in. He's got a camp coming up. Cal State San Bernardino.
He has a camp, Cal State San Bernardino?
The Athlete for Life camp. So,
are they going to melt out there? It's supposed to be 115.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be really hot.
Oof.
Ice tubs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Seriously. So, we're going to talk to Greg Bell as well. He's going to have Kenny Clark out there on Sunday. Next Sunday, June 25th.
The new local legend.
He is a legend, man. He had a great rookie season with the Green Bay Packers. Going to make a bigger impact this year for Green Bay with one season under his belt now. The pride of Carter High School and, of course, UCLA. But we like to say Carter High School in Rialto first, right? So we're going to talk about that. We got a lot to get to. It's all brought to you by our good friends over there at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their excellent customer service. Great prices. Check them out off Alessandro Boulevard. We love you, Bill Navigado. Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire and still going strong. Taking care of all your sporting gear needs. And Letterman's jackets and Geoff's cups. Check them out, kensportinggoods.com.
Always got to wear the cup.
Phantom House Studio. Nobody has better sports edits than Phantom House. Come on. Get a great photo shoot for your life, maybe senior pictures, wedding photos. PhantomHouse.com for more details. And Boost Performance Training. The new Boost Training tip is up live right now on the Inland Sports Channel, so go check that out if you're interested in lowering your 40-yard dash time. Coach Ray Bass will hook it up for you. BoostTrainingSystems.com for more information. So people think, Golden State, they just won the NBA title. Basketball's over. No, we never let basketball die, right, Geoff? You're a big basketball guy.
Never dies.
So we got a big-time guest in the house to kick things off here. It's the great Dennis Cutts, head coach at the University of California, Riverside. Coach, welcome to the show. We appreciate you stopping in here. So we love basketball. We always find reasons. So I know you do, right?
A little bit.
We're always finding reasons to talk about basketball. You got some camps coming up. You guys are taking a trip. I mean, even though you're in the off season, this is a busy time for Highlanders, right?
Well, people don't realize really at our level it never ends. It really doesn't. So our kids will report. They just finished finals, report back for summer school, have workouts all in July. We recruit heavily in July. So we're on the road, and then we're going to take that trip in early August. And so, yeah, we got a lot of work to do in the next 6 to 8 weeks.
We're going to ask you about that trip, but I'm just curious, is the coaching more the easier part? Like, are you happy to be in season when you kind of got a routine down? You get the guys every day. You're playing your games. Now you're like planning trips and you're recruiting, and you know what I mean. It's just a different animal.
As people don't realize, in the spring, I mean, we're in that office quite a bit. There's a lot going on. We're on that floor maybe 40 minutes a day, and so there's a lot goes into a program, not just the basketball. So, but that is the best time. Just be on the court with the guys going to work.
Geoff, how's your French? Do you know French at all?
Parlez-vous français?
What is that? Is that real? Is that legit?
Yeah, I think it's. Do I speak French, or do you speak French?
Oh, no, I don't.
Pommes frites, French fries.
Well, I didn't know if you and Ramey are going to do some of their games. They're going to Quebec City. I believe that's a French-speaking area of Canada. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, I watch a lot of hockey. I can drink Molson beer. I can say a boot.
You're pretty much French-Canadian.
Yes, I can say a boot and pillow and
organization.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Coach, you guys are going to Quebec City. You're going to play some games on this foreign trip. Kind of explain, you said, because it's not an annual thing. You do this every 4 years.
The NCAA allows you every 4 years to take a foreign trip. So you have to go out of the country to play games. And what it does, it allows you to practice. It gives you extra practice time during the summer, 10 extra practice days. And as we talked about, the benefits of team traveling together and competition. So we did it 4 years ago. My first year up to Vancouver, had a fantastic trip. Chose a little different venue up there in Quebec City, but I've heard great things about it, and I think, again, it will be a tremendous experience. I enjoy the practices through the summer, and the competition will be good for the guys. They all get to play. They'll all get a chance to compete and see where they're at.
And speaking of practice, you get an extra 10 practices, I believe, but you're also bringing in new guys, a couple local guys. You have a Johnny Kennedy from Rancho Verde and
the Rancho Verde,
the Rancho Verde, and then Alec Hickman from J. Sarah High School, originally from JW North. Do you want to say something about those young men that are coming in the program?
Well, I think it says a lot where the program's at. Obviously, people, when we got the Kembe Martin, a local kid, and really the first true local kid to come to UCR in my time here, and I thought he had a fantastic year. And I think it just speaks to the volume of where UCR is at, but our program, that we have 2 more young men that wanted to come here, that are from here, stay at home and help us build this program. So we're excited about both of them. Both excellent students, fit that profile, but again, really excited about their basketball abilities.
Yeah, and both get to come in early, get to have a little team bonding this summer, kind of get acclimated to the college life, traveling. So I think once you hit the season, that will help you because those guys will already be kind of seasoned.
Oh, it helps them a ton. So we'll have a chance to go play with those practices, and then so when they hit the campus in September, they've already been in school. They've already been through the practice format. It will give them a chance to really get ahead. But even the guys, we had 4 guys sitting out this past year. They need the time. They need the practice. They need the games. We have 12 returners currently in the program. So I think we can really build a lot of momentum through this summer.
We got Dennis Cutts here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Coach, you mentioned Dikembe Martin. We love Dikembe on the show.
I love him too.
Season under his belt. Are you excited what's on the horizon for Dikembe and the progression he's making? Because, I mean, he was already a stud, and he's only getting better.
Well, I think he showed a lot of people his ability this year. And for a freshman to come in and do what he did was really exciting. And, the best thing about him is that I think he continues to want to learn and grow and how do I get better. And he's taken a lot of strides this spring. It's been a very productive spring for him and the program. And he's gotten a little stronger, a little wiser, a little, more global thinking about the program. And we're really excited to kind of put the ball in his hands quite a bit next year and go play.
We got Dennis Cutts here on the Inland Sports Show, and the big trip to Quebec coming up. Dikembe will be there. The new guys, including a Johnny Kennedy from the Rancho Verde High School. So, Coach, do you look in your own backyard? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of talent here in the Inland Empire. You got guys from all over the world, but there's a lot of talent right here as well, right? So do you feel like, you know what? I can just go around the block and I can find some pretty good basketball players as well.
Well, that when we got here 10 years ago with Jim Wooldridge, we said we have to, if we're going to build this thing, it has to be with kids from the Inland Empire. It has to be. Now, at that time, I don't think Inland Empire kids, whether basketball players or otherwise, were really coming to UCR. So, it shows the university is more acceptable to these kids. And then, again, I think the program is more. So we have definitely spent time recruiting and building relationships here, and now we're seeing it start to pay off. And I said I went into Alec Hickman's home. I left my house. 5 minutes later, I'm in his house doing a home visit. You don't get to
That's
do
not
that.
bad, right?
That's a pretty good commute, and that's outstanding. Great family. Again, I think that's going to be a huge component. Not only, obviously, they got to be able to play, but just that sense of city and this area to be a part of this program is really exciting.
You also got some youth camps coming up. There's 2 different sessions.
You signing up? Pat, we can get you
I
in
need
there.
it. I need it.
The point guard.
Is there an age
camp.
limit? I'm more of a shooting guard. I can't create my own shot. If I can just find my spot and someone give me the ball, I might be able to knock some down. But I've got the website right here. If you're looking for information on the UCR basketball camps, it's UC Riverside basketballcamp.com. The 2 sessions, July 10th through the 14th. The second session, July 24th through the 28th. What are some of the things the kids will learn there? And are you involved? Are the players involved? How does that work at the camp?
Well, it's exciting because usually we don't have this many guys on campus during the camp. So we will have our players involved. So we talk about, obviously, we want to teach them basketball. We want to have fun. Teach them how to have fun, and then we want to create Highlander fans. So I'll be involved. Again, it's a lot. Work goes into it. The whole program will be involved. The players. I think that's an important part of those young people seeing these people now that we've got the local kids, and they can look up and say, hey, I might have went to the same middle school as him or elementary school, and we have players they can look up to here locally. So it's a fun 2 weeks, those 2 different sessions. And again, it's about learning some basketball, but mostly having fun and then being Highlander fans.
All right, Coach, picture me in my high tops and my shorts out there dribbling the ball. What's the best piece of advice you can give to a young basketball player? Guy who's just being introduced to the sport, trying to soak everything in at the camp. What's the best piece of advice you can give to them in getting better and improving?
Oh, I think first, have fun. I mean, you have to enjoy it. Don't look at it as work. Go out there and have fun. And then I think it's the greatest sport because you can just be on your own. You don't need a group of people. You can go grab a ball. You can dribble a ball anywhere. You can shoot, just about find a hoop anywhere and go shoot. And those 2 elements right there are probably your biggest 2 skills. And but most of all, just have fun. I mean, make sure you're just enjoying the experience. But yeah, pick up a ball, and that's the way you get better.
Yeah, see, when my kids, when they play too many video games, and I see them sitting on the couch, and instead of getting really mad at them, I say, go out and shoot 100 free throws. Go out and shoot baskets for an hour, then you can come back in and play 15 minutes. So yeah, basketball, I agree. Basketball is the greatest game in the world for that because you don't need anybody. You just go out and work on your game.
Is that the message in the Gorham house?
That is definitely
no video games.
Hey,
you put up 100 shots.
That was the message in my house growing up. That my dad would say, "Go put up 1,000 shots."
Oh,
so yeah, being a tenth of that with my kids, yeah, it was every day.
What was the reward? I mean, obviously there was no iPads, iPods.
I think the reward was I got my education paid for.
Oh, there you go.
And I stayed out of my parents' hair and didn't cause too many problems. I'd drive up to Bobby Bonds, go up to UC Riverside, play pickup games, and we'd go from sun up to sundown every day in the summer. It was a good time.
Coach, when you recruit kids, do you try to find guys who just love basketball, like a young Geoff Gorham over here who just can't get enough basketball? Because you got to love it, right? I mean, it's a 4-year grind, maybe more.
It's work, and this is an elite level. Obviously, 350 programs in the country, and 1% of kids that pick up a ball maybe get to this level. It's really difficult to get a scholarship, a Division I basketball player. So there has to be something in them, a passion for it, a work ethic. If you have to motivate a kid to get in the gym, he's probably going to have a difficult time here. So, again, so to get to that level, and especially UCR, they've got to be willing and capable students. I mean, really embedded in that work, obviously talent, athletically, character, huge part of it. So I think for sure those kids, with the work we put in, I don't know if people realize how much time and energy they have to put in to be able to compete at this level. So you better like it.
Sounds like you're describing Geoff Gorham.
Yeah, I want to
Was that you?
I'm ready.
Were you a hard? No, seriously, Geoff, were you a hard worker? Or were you the guy
in
practice?
I was intense. I would.
You were okay.
Yeah, if you didn't play hard in practice, I'd punch my.
Because you were the big man on campus. I didn't know if you were like slacking and cutting corners and.
No, because I had a crazy dad. Crazy dad made me work hard, and so basketball was everything to me. And academics came with working hard on the court. It did the same in the classroom. My social life suffered a little bit, but of course I got it back as I was a little older. But I wanted to ask, Coach, you had the best defensive team in the Big West last year. You lose a couple guys, you gain a couple. Like I said, you have players that didn't play this year. I'm excited for the Big West. I'm excited for this team coming up and for what you guys are going to do.
Well, I appreciate that. Obviously people will look at the win total, and it was disappointing. But I think this program is closer to being good than not. The injuries, the little setback with the suspensions, we were never whole. And when we were for that little spurt, we were pretty good. And it is exciting. I use this stat a lot. We haven't had a transfer leave this program in 2 years. There's been 1,500 transfers in college basketball over the last 2 years, and Riverside hasn't had one. So what that speaks to is I think we're doing the right things with those kids. We've recruited and brought in the right kids into this program. And to be able to have that kind of continuity, it's going to start paying off. And it's exciting. We had the 3 new players, but essentially we had 4 that were in the program. And, DJ, Sylvester, and Eric Wawa, who played here, Edie Diallo, who is the transfer from Boston College. It's exciting to add almost 7 new bodies to a program, but yet have 4 that were in it. And so I do think we're moving in the right direction, and I am excited to get this team working this summer. Really, I think in all my years of coaching, as soon as this one ended, after the coaches the Monday morning, I'm like, we're ready to go. I'm ready for next year, and I'm ready to get these guys back in here. We've had a very good spring, and that we got to keep building.
Do you get a chance to recharge, Coach? I mean, do you get a chance to get away a little bit, or are you one of those guys 24 hours a day, sleeping basketball, thinking basketball, who's the next recruit I got to get to, I'm going to host this camp, I got to plan this trip to Quebec City, I'm planning out the schedule. I mean, all these different things.
It's a 12-month. I mean, it's a nonstop cycle. We're heavy into 2018. We have an elite camp next week, which will bring some of the top kids in the area on campus. We're already offers and deep into 18. So that's never ending. This cycle is probably the best calendar we've had. When we get back from Quebec in early August, we'll have a little downtime, which will be nice, but September hits up recruiting again, and the guys report. So they give me energy. I don't need to recharge. They give me energy. I'm excited to coach them and work with them. And I think every year I've grown. I'm trying to get better and try to give them a chance to be better. And I'm excited because I feel like this is probably the best feel I've got of a team. They're all my guys. They've all kind of been here, and I just feel the best about how to take this group and make them move forward.
I always tell Geoff, I can't relax. So even when I have downtime or I'm on vacation, I'm thinking about what games are we going to cover? Who are we going to book as guests for the next show? So if you're like me, even when I'm trying to relax, I'm not really relaxing. I'm always thinking about, what's coming up next. So
I'm with you. Yeah, it's relentless. It's a relentless pursuit to try to create this program and move it to a higher level. But I can settle down a little bit. I like to hit golf balls. Nice. Just hit them on.
Do you hit them well?
Sometimes. But I hit them on the range, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'll be at the pool this afternoon, relax a little bit. So I do okay.
I thought I'd see you on the rock climbing wall over there by the center over there.
No, I won't be doing that.
Hey, Coach, before we let you go, you guys played UCLA. Yeah. So Lonzo Ball, we got the upcoming draft. Everyone's curious if he's going to go to the Lakers. What do you? Geoff and I were talking about this. What do you remember about that matchup? Because I looked at his stat line. It was kind of bizarre. Only 5 points, but 36 minutes. I think he had 13 assists. I mean, what do you remember about that game against UCLA and what Lonzo Ball did?
He was good. Obviously, I've seen him a lot through his high school time in AAU basketball. Very talented. You got to put the right pieces around him, and that level is such a different game than our level. The rules are different. The players are different, obviously, the spacing. So I think you're going to see him take another step and be a tremendous player just because he's just so good with that ball. I've never seen anybody with that kind of vision up close and personal. So that league is off the charts to me.
Yeah.
I'm a big NBA guy. I like it, but I don't know what they're going to do. They're talking Boston's making this trade now, and it looks like they talk this draft is really deep. So I think it's obviously I think people out here are pulling for him to go to the Lakers, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. So I'll be like anybody else. I'll just watch Thursday night.
Let's see what happens. Watch the drama unfold.
See who the Knicks pick and screw up the.
Are you a Knicks guy?
I am a Knicks guy.
Okay.
Sorry, so unfortunately, but we'll see what we do with that 8th pick and what Phil's got in store. But it's exciting. It is fun. We're playing. We'll play up at Cal. I think I can say we're going to play out of Michigan.
Ooh.
We have played big game. Utah, Kuzma is a projected top 20 pick. And so I think that's exciting. We see those guys and play against them. So it is fun to kind of keep track of it. And obviously a huge college basketball fan, so I watch all those guys. And it'll be interesting.
So Michigan, like Ann Arbor, Michigan, the Wolverines?
The Wolverines.
That's very exciting.
Nice.
At their place. Is it Chrysler Arena? I don't know if they knocked it down and built a new one, but it used to be Chrysler Arena when Chris Webber and all those guys were there.
Same.
Okay.
I believe, I would say. But that's an unbelievable experience for our program, and we're going to keep looking for challenges like that. And we got a very competitive non-conference slate, and again, this whole thing is about how we do in conference play. And just challenge them and take in some experiences in the non-conference. So I'm excited.
A lot of traveling? Some good games. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds fun. Well, Coach, we appreciate the time.
Thank you, Pat.
Are you going to brush up on your French a little bit before you hit Quebec
We have
City?
a couple French guys. Edie's fluent in French, so yeah, I'll stick with him and let him
Let them
Stand right next to you.
Let them translate.
Yeah.
The great Dennis Cutts here, head basketball coach at UC Riverside. Coach, we appreciate the time. And if you want more information on the UCR camps coming up, it's UC Riverside Basketball Camp.com. There's 2 sessions coming up in July. Coach, appreciate it.
Thank you guys very much.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Coach.
it.
When we come back, we're going to talk high school basketball. We're going to talk Major League Baseball draft and our interview with Greg Bell, Rams legend, coming up here on the Inland
Rams
Sports Show. Legend. And if you watch us live and
Dame.
amplified on the YouTube channel, we got our boost training tip coming up. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash stance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skilled player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle with the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips, higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM, live and amplified around the galaxy on the Inland Sports Channel as well. So we discussed some breaking news here on the Inland Sports Show.
We did?
Yeah, UCR playing on the road at Michigan in basketball.
I want to go.
And you know what he said too, Coach Cutts?
What did he say?
They're going to the Michigan versus the Ohio State football game the day before in the Big House, Ann Arbor, and then playing Michigan the next day.
That is the best football game of the year. If you're in that area, the biggest rivalry.
How cool is that?
Awesome.
The coolest, right? So, anyways, that's pretty neat for UCR basketball playing on the road at Michigan. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Ken Sporting Goods, and Boost Performance Training. If you're watching us live and amplified, hope you enjoyed that Boost training tip with Coach Ray Bass. Lowering your 40-yard dash time. I'm sure Geoff with the brand new knees over there could just fly.
I can run it under 20 seconds.
I'm going to get you at Boost.
That'd be awesome.
We should do that. We should have you do one of the training tips with Coach Bass.
To see if he kills me, though. My heart might explode.
I'll tell him to be nice.
I'd do it. I'll do it for the team.
Just a couple minutes, we'll have Greg Bell, former Rams great. He's going to talk
about Notre Dame great too, right?
Yeah, he played at Notre Dame.
That's right.
Played for the Raiders, played for the Bills.
Yeah.
He's got a local Inland Empire football camp coming up at Cal State San Bernardino, so it's coming up next weekend, actually. So we're going to prep it a little bit for you guys out there. But we're still talking a little bit of high school basketball. We had the big Cal Baptist team camp going on. Had a chance to see Notre Dame against Damien. Wow, fantastic matchup. There's some good matchups there, but that might be tough to beat.
That's a Catholic school matchup right there.
Man, it was 63-61. Damien won, but Notre Dame had the ball. Last possession. They had a chance to win it.
A shot to win it?
They had a shot to win it. And Austin Cook, he's a friend of the show, right? His dad's the head basketball coach at Life Pacific. He's legit.
He's a stud.
His dad said he was good.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're like, okay, it's the dad saying he's good.
Yeah, it could be dad's good, but no, the kid is a real player. Getting recruited by a lot of big-time schools out here.
He's like a young Jeff Gorham.
No offense. I was probably a better-looking kid because, I mean, let's face it. I'm pretty good looking.
You are pretty good looking, even without any hair on top.
And his dad is a bald guy. We're two bald. We're brothers, you know. But no, he's a heck of a player. Like I said, I'm sure Coach Cutts probably is fully aware of
Austin Cook.
Yeah.
For show. And Centennial plays Damien today. That's another great matchup.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's some good teams there at the Cal Baptist camp. Another thing that went down yesterday at the Cal Baptist camp, besides that big Damien versus Notre Dame game, which you can see highlights right now on the Inland Sports Channel if you want to go check those out. Davey Hopkins at Citrus Hill got his first victory as the head coach.
As his first victory, and then just got married last week. So it's been a good week for him. He gets a victory, gets married.
I think he's going on a honeymoon soon. I mean, all kinds of stuff are happening right now.
Golly, what the life. Living the life of Riley.
So there's lots of good basketball. The tournament, it's not technically a tournament. I guess it's technically a camp, but it's going to wrap up today out there at CBU. 3 different venues, 3 different sites at CBU, including the Rec Center, which is unbelievable.
Shocking how nice it is.
Yeah, Van Dyne, and there's another gym in the Health Sciences building. So there's places all over CBU. I had no idea they had so many gyms over there. But there's a lot going on. I had a chance to talk to Rick Croy, and you can find that interview right now on the Inland Sports Channel as well. But Michael Smith, the school's all-time leading scorer, the all-time leading scorer in the Pac-West Conference, worked out for the Lakers yesterday, Geoff.
And got some love on SportsCenter.
He did. He was on ESPN.
Yes. Because one of the anchors is named Michael Smith, so the anchor was like, yeah, look, I got to work out for the Lakers. But then they gave him some love, saying he was the all-time leading scorer in the Pac-West.
Yeah, so Michael Smith worked out for the Lakers, getting love on ESPN.
Awesome if he got picked up.
Yeah, so there's an interview right now with Coach Croy on the Inland Sports Channel talking about Michael Smith and his workout for the Lakers because, Geoff, he's auditioning really for a shot on an NBA Summer League team as well. He's going to get noticed. So we're excited for Michael Smith, one of the greats to come out of CBU. But right now, let's go to the Boost Training Celebrity Hotline. He's a dear friend of the show. It's the great Greg Bell. Greg, how are you doing today?
That's a nice intro. I really, truly appreciate that, but the simple Greg will be just good enough.
I didn't even get to the Rams legend part. He's a Rams legend. Well,
how we doing, Pep?
I'm doing just fine, Greg. I was telling my co-host Geoff over here that, I was like, we're going to have Rams great Greg Bell on the show. And Geoff jumped in there and said, hey, wait, he was also a Notre Dame legend. Let's get that straight.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that now you're talking, man. When you start giving me credit for Notre Dame, I truly appreciate it.
Nice.
Well, Greg, we're excited. Hey, we're excited to have you on the show. You do so much to give back, especially here in the Inland Empire. You've got a big camp coming up at Cal State San Bernardino with your Athletes for Life Foundation. Talk about what this camp's all about, and you're going to have some special guests as well.
Oh, we got a ton of special guests, but this is our 12th year doing the Athletes for Life Summer Life Skill Camp. And we don't call it a football camp or a social media camp for the girls for one reason. The camp is really there to teach them some of the life skills that they're going to need in life to be successful, just successful tax-paying individuals, really. It's going to be great coming back this year to do it because one of our special guests, of course, is Kenny Clark, the #1 draft pick from UCLA, former camp participant. And he remembers the day that I told the entire crowd that none of them were going to make it to the National Football League, but they're all going to become successful individuals in their own right. And so it's going to be great to be kind of called out on that.
So did Kenny bring that up to you? Did he say, Greg, do you remember when you told me I wasn't going to make it?
It's great. One of the things I've always told these kids, and this is actually our 15th year doing it, but the 12th year on Cal State San Bernardino's campus. But the one thing I tell everybody is great when I'm wrong. I love being wrong, and we've been wrong on a few different occasions. It's just not Kenny. We got a few guys that are going to be coming back. It's going to be kind of one of those surprises. I mean, I know Dante Williams, who's with the Giants, is coming. He's a Summit graduate. Victor Butler, who's a Carter graduate, he's coming back. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. Greg Townsend's coming out. Toy Cook is coming out. Anthony Miller. We have a great all-star lineup of guys who really care about coaching these kids. But more importantly, they're just excited about giving these kids some life skills that's going to help make those decisions that become hard in life for so many other kids, keeping them simple.
Well, Greg, you just touched on it. It goes far beyond just football. What are some of the other things that you try to impress upon these young student athletes about, like you said, preparing for life after football, whether it's after high school or after college? I mean, the real life comes at you fast.
Yeah, it's kind of great this year. We're actually going to be doing, and it might seem crazy, but we're going to be doing a 5-hour robotics class. We've got the Millionaire Minds group coming out with their robots, showing kids the technology, the STEM element that so many kids are adapted to. I'm kind of a neophyte on that because I'm not very technology savvy, which you of course know, Pat. But the other areas, we have an anti-bullying program that the Rialto PD has put together for the kids. We've got a social branding program with Mr. Boykin. He's coming out to do one of those. Yvette does a writing course. Every single high school senior will be prepared to write their college essay by the end of this camp. It's those kind of things that really are the meat and potato of the camp. Like everything, football is what pulls these guys in. I tell people a lot of times, football is what gets these guys to go to high school sometimes. But it's when you get there, you find out the other elements that intrigue you, that separate you from the crowd. And yeah, everybody would love to think they're going to go to the National Football League. But the one thing I can guarantee all of them is that they're going to be able to graduate from high school and go to the next level. Right now, over 90% of our kids are going on to either a 2-year or 4-year school. And that's what we're most impressed about, not the fact that Kenny made it to the Green Bay Packers. Now, we're impressed that he was the #1 draft pick by the Packers, but there are going to be a lot of guys. You're going to see a guy like Nate Metters, Alexander Madison, guys who really started and spent almost 6-7 years in our camp. They're all going to probably get a chance to play on Sunday. But the most important part about all those guys that I'm naming to you, they're all going to finish with a college degree. And that's really what we try to impress upon them. The education is the key to life. The more education you get, the more the decisions that you make in life become simpler because you're better prepared to make the decisions other than just winging it. So those are some of the things. And of course, with all my messages is anti-drugs, anti-drunk driving. There's just so much good messages that you can teach from the game of football. And probably the most important lesson that they're all going to learn is when you get knocked down, how do you get back up? And that's what the game of football teaches all of us, it's such a great magnitude.
So we've got robots, we've got riding, we've got football, we got all kinds of stuff going on at the camp at Cal State. We've got Greg Bell here. Rams, great. Notre Dame, great for you, Geoff, as well. We got to stick that in there. We don't want to forget about that.
Yeah, and I think Pep and I want to be a part of this camp. We'd love to be. I want to be a camper.
Yeah. Is there an age limit?
You know, I don't know, man. Can you play football?
Come on, hey, Greg, you've seen me. Can I play football?
I can throw a football over that mountain if I'm in San Bernardino.
Oh, that's good because that air is kind of thick, and that's another thing we try and teach a lot of kids about proper nutrition. We have nutrition out there. We got special waters, protein waters, things that we've learned being around the Rams since they've been back for the past year. Another great element that I gotta make sure I mention, man, you gotta thank the San Bernardino Unified School District. They're one of our top supporters. Vertec Waste Management, Niagara Water, the police department in both San Bernardino and in Rialto, both are supporting this program, not only with their officers, but actually with their, some of their seizure money, the funds as well. A camp like this it's incapable for people to just think this camp happens. We go through a lot to raise all the money, to take care of the bill that we're going to get from Cal State, that the coaches, everything is being 100% supported by the community. And that's what's most important.
Hey, Greg, before we let you go, how are the Rams going to do this year?
We were out there. We had a reunion about 2 weeks ago, and I had a chance to, sit with Todd Gurley and the entire running backs and meet the new coach and meet the new staff. There's that sense of excitement again. I think a lot's got to be seen once they put on the uniform. And from me, Pep, you heard me all year long. There's a thing about hitting that you can't take away from the game, and it's only one way to prepare for a football game. Sometimes you got to collide. And unfortunately, the NFL is in one of those positions where they're taking away the everyday bumping and grinding, which I appreciate. But at some point in time, you got to be prepared to take the hits. And how I told you, we went out there to training camp a couple times last year, and all they're in is shorts and T-shirts. So it's going to be great to see the team when they get to that level. I think it's going to be a much more improved team, not only because I think Sean brings in a youth and excitement. And when you have that youth and excitement, sometimes, you see the team respond. I mean, just think about it. When the Rams won their first Super Bowl, forget the fact that, they might have had the weakest schedule when they started the season. But by the middle of that season, we saw that excitement carry through. And hopefully that's what's going to happen with this Rams team. I know they're going to run the ball better. Todd's already giving me that insurance. It's going to be a better running team.
Well, we're excited to see what the Rams got this upcoming season, but we know for sure coming up next Sunday, June 25th, the big Athletes for Life camp kicking off at Cal State San Bernardino with Kenny Clark in the house. Hey, Greg, can kids still sign up?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Kenny is sponsoring solely the Play 60 program. It's the Kenny Clark Green Bay Packers Play 60 Challenge. And Kenny will be in, man, probably. I just hung up the phone with him about an hour ago. He'll be in early, so plan on seeing him over at the station next week. I told him I want to get him down there to talk about the Play 60. Kenny went to North Park Elementary School. So when the shooting happened, he immediately, I'm talking within hours, I had a text on my phone, Greg, what can I do for North Park? And one of the things that Kenny wanted to get across to the North Park kids and to the kids of San Bernardino is he just wants them to have fun again. And no better way for a football player to have fun than to be a part of the Play 60. So Kenny is sponsoring the Play 60. He's sponsoring everything that's involved, food, fun, gift bags, shirts. He's taking the liberty to sponsor everything to help give these kids something to look back onto. And remember that life for a kid is just about being fun.
Man, Greg, I love to hear that because so many guys like to say they're from the Inland Empire, but they never come back. They don't do anything for the community. Kenny Clark really is the poster boy that we're all excited about here in the IE.
Well, he's going to be back there, and I talked to him. I told him next week he'll be down at the station. He's giving me I told him, I said, Pep wants to talk to you. So he said, I'll get in there. So look forward to having him out there next week, and you can talk to him yourself.
Greg, you are the man, brother. We always appreciate the time. Go to athletesforlife.org for more information about the camps and ways to register. There's still time. Greg, we appreciate it, brother. Hope to see you soon.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, that's the great Greg Bell here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. When we come back, Geoff, we're going to break down, big time, the Major League Baseball draft. We're also going to have CBU pitcher Garett King, just drafted by the Detroit Tigers.
Nice.
Get his thoughts about that. He actually leaves town tomorrow. Going to go report to the Tigers tomorrow, so we're going to catch him before he leaves town. And might also talk about the All-Star game we just did. We're flying the colors. We got the shirts on today.
I wore mine a couple times this week. Everybody's like, where's that? I said, hey,
It's the big game. What are you talking about?
The only game.
It's the only game. So you can check out actually the entire game right now on the Inland Sports channel. So we've got baseball talk, the draft, the All-Star game. That's coming up here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
What do you know? They're little footballs.
Laces out.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Great show. It's going to get even better. Garett King, Cal Baptist pitcher, is going to check in just a couple minutes. He was drafted by the Detroit Tigers. We're brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Kent Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training. The guy we had on the show last week, Geoff,
Yes.
with the big, strong hands, big, strapping kid. He canoodled.
Yes, and it looked like he could punch a tree, I said.
The great Ryan Lilly. As we predicted, the first player from the Inland Empire to go in the Major League Baseball draft, he went in the 5th round to the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
Former. Go ahead.
He'll be able to buy the truck he wanted and a few more.
Yeah, he wanted to buy a truck. Give some money to his parents, but also buy a truck. So he was the first one off the board, the pride of UC Riverside and Vista Marietta. The first high school player off the board was Nate Webb. He's the third baseman. He's a pitcher for King High School. He's been on the show in this very studio. He went in the 26th round to the Oakland A's, but he's also signed to UC Riverside. So he's got a decision to make.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's got to turn down a little bit of money.
But hey, he gets to play in front of the hometown, in front of his parents.
He can play for Troy Percival, maybe increase his draft stock. He can go back in a couple years, get more money, go higher. So
stay.
But still, it's nice to be wanted.
It is.
So he went the 26th round to the Oakland A's. Congratulations to Nate Webb. And another friend of the show, Cole Percival. Now, he signed to UCR as well, of course, to play for his dad, right?
Exactly.
But he was also drafted, Cole Percival, 31st round to the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, but right now, let's go back to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. We're very excited to talk to this guy. He is the newest member of the Detroit Tigers organization. It's Cal Baptist pitcher Garett King. And Garett, welcome to the show. Congratulations. How did you watch the draft, or did you follow it online? How did that work out for you?
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I actually turned it on my computer, so it was just sitting open on my laptop, and we were kind of scrolling, listening to the names get called.
Now, Garett, were you surrounded by your family? Like, were you, with your teammates? Where were you when this went down?
I was just at home with my family.
How stressful is that? Are you watching, like, every single pick? Do you try to get up and get away from the computer and, like, you know what, I can't watch this. Just tell me when I'm picked.
Yeah, it was stressful for sure. Just watching, all the picks go by and just hoping your name gets called at some point, and definitely not something I know my mom wants to relive again.
Your mom was the most stressed out?
Yeah, she was not very happy.
Did Detroit show interest before the draft, or was this kind of like out of the blue?
A little bit out of the blue. I heard from them a couple weeks ago. Wanted to get the updated medical records and all that good stuff, but there wasn't a team that I had a whole lot of contact with throughout the year, so it was a pleasant surprise.
So I'm going to assume, because you're a SoCal guy, that you were an Angels fan. Is that correct?
Yes.
How quickly did you run out to the local sports store and get a Tigers hat, or do you have any Tigers gear yet?
Almost immediately. My mom sent me out, had to go get a hat so we could take, the picture, and she could start the Detroit fan base life.
We got Garett King here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. Plus, we are live right now on the Inland Sports Channel on YouTube as well. Garett, we're friends now. Let's be honest. Did your mom, like, if you were at the sporting goods store, maybe you're at the supermarket, does your mom say, hey, my son right here, he was just drafted by the Detroit Tigers? Like, did she brag about you like that in public now?
I don't know. We haven't really been out a ton yet, but I can imagine that emotions probably still run a little bit high.
I could just imagine you guys sitting, going to a restaurant, sitting down for dinner, and be like,
that's my son.
Hey, by the way, that's my son. He was just drafted by the Tigers. Gary,
One proud mama.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I'd be proud, too, if I had a son go to a Major League Baseball team in the draft. Was this always the dream? And at what point in your career did you think, this is really going to happen? Were you in high school? Maybe it was this season at CBU. Like, when did you finally realize, you know what, I think I want to play professional baseball?
That's a tough one. I mean, I was sitting in the front yard when I was, 3.5 years old with my dad, hitting whiff balls, pretending that I was Mo Vaughn from the Angels back in the early 2000s. Yep, that's a throwback.
Yo, I love it.
And I think it's just been a dream since I was just really little, and it was just a dream for, almost all of my life. And then I got drafted out of high school and turned that down to go to school. And then after, my sophomore year of college, I was worried that wasn't going to be it. I wasn't going to get another opportunity. And coming back to Cal Baptist and being blessed enough to, work with some phenomenal coaches and have some great teammates and, just a really good positive atmosphere that promotes development and growth. That dream kind of rekindled itself this year, and I couldn't be more honored to be a part of the Tigers and more thankful that I got that opportunity.
So here's the next question. In a whirlwind, you get drafted. What's next for you in the next week or so?
So I leave tomorrow morning at 8:30 to go to Lakeland, Florida, and I'll do my physical and medical stuff on Monday morning, sign my contract, and then I'll start some kind of throwing program. And then once my arm's at full strength, then they'll let me know what happens from there.
That's pretty crazy, because the rest of your life is now like an open canvas. You know what I mean? To turning pro. We got Garett King here on the Inland Sports Show from Cal Baptist University. CBU's had this long run of guys getting drafted, and Garett obviously is the latest this season. Garett, you mentioned Mo Vaughn. In high school, you said you were drafted as well. Were you drafted as a pitcher, as a position player, like for your bat? I mean, what was it in high school that got you picked up?
Yeah, I was drafted as a pitcher as well. I've been a PO pretty much since the end of my junior year of high school.
And where did you go when you were drafted out of high school? What round was it, and what team?
36 to the Mets.
To the Mets. All right. So in hindsight, obviously hindsight's perfect, but looking back, obviously it looks like it paid off that you went to CBU. You're an 11th round pick, and now you're a Detroit Tiger.
Exactly. There's a plan up there, and God's got his plan, and as obscure as it may seem in the moment, it all works out exactly how it's supposed to.
And you also tossed a no-hitter this season. I mean, it was a great season for you.
It was really something special.
When you guys got to the playoffs, obviously I've talked to Coach Adcock and some of the guys, and they wanted to go a little bit farther in the postseason and that West region at APU. But when you look back at this year and your CBU career, I mean, what are some of the things, some of the memories that you made with the Lancers?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I came here not really knowing anybody. I knew Brad Reinhardt from going to high school with him, but I met some amazing guys, my best friends. I got to learn so much more about the game through Coach Adcock, and got to have a really positive impact on some of the younger guys just off playing the game and trying to teach them that anything I possibly could to help make them better ball players too. And it was easily the best year of baseball in my life. I loved every minute of it, and couldn't be more thankful to the program and to that team and coaching staff that I got to experience that.
Well, we love CBU, and Garett, tell your mom to wear that Tigers hat proudly. Tell everyone she knows, restaurants, supermarkets, the store. I would do it too. I would do it too. Well, Garett, congratulations, man. We're very excited. Please don't be a stranger. Let's keep in touch, and we're excited about your pro career.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go Tigers!
All right, thanks, Garett.
Go Tigers. Bye, guys.
It's Garett King from CBU. Wouldn't you, like, if you had a son or even a daughter, WNBA or something, like, go professional, get drafted? I would go everywhere and be like, yeah, by the way, you know what?
Yeah, of course.
Are you a Laker fan?
Greg.
Peppa B. He'd
Come
be
on,
a
do I look like LeVar Ball?
He's
First and only time you're going to hear that name on this show.
Did I just see Pep being like a pro soccer player? Yeah, I was drafted in the 14th round by the MLS.
That's right, the New York Red Bulls.
Yeah.
San Jose Earthquakes.
There you go.
Yeah, Garett King, 11th round to the Detroit Tigers. Real quick, Geoff, we're running out of time, but we had a great time at the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game, San Manuel Stadium. It was kind of the send-off for Gary Volker at Riverside Poly as well.
Yeah, the Benjamin Button of coaching. He looks exactly the same as he did when he was 9 years old. A great coach, a legend, and I hope he lands on his feet someplace else, and hopefully he'll get a ring out of it. Be nice for him to end his career with a ring with someone.
He said he's going to be on a bench somewhere.
He can sit on my bench. I coach basketball, but he can come sit with me if he'd like.
You need an assistant?
I do.
There you go. He's got that big straw hat, too. His signature look. I'm going to punch that up, too, if you're watching us live right now on the Inland Sports Channel. Yeah, so it was Riverside defeating San Bernardino by a final score of 9-2 at the IEBCA All-Star Game, San Manuel Stadium. You can watch the whole thing on the Inland Sports Channel right now, including an interview with the MVP. Shout out to Josh Pimentel, catcher from Norco High School, the MVP in the All-Star Game as well. So that was pretty cool. All right, the show, it's been another good one, brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoiled by their excellent customer service. Great prices. Steve Madrill, the skipper at King High School, went there, gave him a shout-out on Facebook, so we appreciate that, Coach Madrill. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, still going strong. I got that cold, that fiber thing. You get it wet and it stays cold around your neck for those hot days out there.
You got one of those there?
Yeah,
I need a cold fiber cup. Do they make them?
You can ask Kins. Jason, get on that, please. Phantom House Studio. Nobody has better sports edits and Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels, from youth to Geoff Gorham. They do it all.
I'm ready to train.
He's ready to train. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com. Coach Ray Bass, you are the best, but he already knows that. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. A lot of coaches are father figures. We see that a lot in the sports world. So happy Father's Day coming up on Sunday. Jeff, any big plans with your family?
I think I'm going to sleep in a little bit, and then I think we're going to go to Disneyland. And
you are?
We're going to walk around. We're going to see Chewbacca. Get my weekly hug from Chewie.
And you guys are BFFs, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do some hugging up there. But no, I think we're going to go to Disneyland, hang out with the family, and probably swim in the pool in the evening.
Pretty nice little Sunday.
Great Sunday.
Well, happy Father's Day to everyone. We appreciate you watching and listening to the Inland Sports Show. We'll see you again next Saturday, 11 a.m. right here on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 a.m.
Brennan, I can't even make eye contact with you right now. Your voice is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Developed by an MIT sleep expert.